Rubble for miles, massive loss of lives, hundreds of thousands left homeless. This is Port-au-Prince Haiti. Exactly 1 month after the catastrophic 7.0 magnitude earthquake devastated the Western Hemisphere's poorest country, 28-year-old local real estate agent Gavin Christie, 48-year-old Peter Rebmann, a German national who considers the Bahamas his second home, and Miami doctor Ali Shigan set out on a chartered plane to the demolished city of Port-au-Prince. This is their story.
The men had one goal in mind, and that was to help as many people as they could in 1 week. Equipped with medical supplies, food, money, and toys, the three humanitarians arrived in Port-au-Prince the evening of February 12th to a sight more devastating than they had ever expected.
I had watched CNN and all the other world medias, and so I expected that it was going to be an eye-opener and be bad, but I had no idea that the devastation was so vast.
We were actually shocked. Watching CNN day and night is definitely different as arriving in Haiti and driving into Port-au-Prince and seeing things which you actually only expect when you are in India and the slums of Calcutta, or when you are in the middle of nowhere in Africa. So I was shocked. When anybody would ask me, when does this happen, I would say yesterday, and it's shocking that it's a month ago.
Every morning at sunrise, Mrs. Christie, Rebmann, and Shigan set out for Port-au-Prince and nearby towns, administering medical and financial aid. During their short time in Haiti, the men traded in their comfortable beds at home for cots on the 3rd floor of Sister Phyllis's orphanage.
The day later, we were in the mountains and we had 1,000 people in front of us, where we actually gave help to around 120 people on one day. From putting bandages on them and giving them drugs, medicaments, pills, antibiotica, whatever. He had every 10 minutes a patient under a tent, and Gavin and myself, we assisted as good as we could. Yeah.
Well, we stayed, as I said, we stayed about 45 minutes outside of Port-au-Prince at an orphanage, at Sister Phyllis's orphanage. Her orphanage consisted of 3 floors. And the top floor was just an open, bare floor with a roof on top. And what, obviously they hadn't got to building out the top floor. So basically there's just a open floor plan with a roof on top. And she had set up 3 cots, a number of cots actually, for us and for our translators and for our party to stay.
The men described their life-changing experience as humbling.
How do I explain it? I say it's very humbling. It's take for instance the orphanage, Sister Veronica. She mentioned to us that she, in order to run her orphanage and to feed her children, she needs about $100 a week, and that's something that we would spend here in one night at dinner or in the restaurant or whatever it may be. So it made me, it's very humbling to see, how they live and, on the rations that they live and that they are happy by, and you can compare and contrast the differences between here and there, which is only an hour and a half away.
They are hour of the United States away. They are 1.5 hours from Nassau away, and from a luxury life, you can put yourself in the biggest misery on earth. And yeah, that definitely changed your thinking, and simple things when it's only the morning coffee and watching TV is suddenly such a pleasure. Or going in a restaurant, I barely could see any restaurants there. So there are a lot of things where you really actually are saying to yourself, thanks God.
The 5-day trip took several weeks to plan as the men struggled to arrange accommodations, transportation, and most difficult of all, to make arrangements to land at the airport in Port-au-Prince.
Despite several obstacles, safety risks, and health concerns, Mrs. Rebmann and Christie say they will return to Haiti and are in the process of planning a second trip. Reporting for JCN News, I'm Nikia Deveaux.